first call you make is an important one. Now, a website that helps women facing divorce rebuild and move on.
Well, now for women going through divorce, help is just a click away. One woman turned her own personal experience into a resource for other women that don't even know where to begin.
It's called Look Forward, your white book of divorce. It's a private and confidential website to help women through every stage of divorce.
And here to tell us more about this first of its kind website is the founder, Paula Swartz. Thanks so much for being here this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
So let's just talk numbers. How many divorces are we talking about a year?
There are 2 million marriages a year in this country, and half end in divorce. Yeah. So there are 1 million women and 1 million men every year that enter this world.
And you got the idea when you were going through your own divorce, right?
I did. I was married for 15 years, and 4 years ago I entered the world of divorce. And sadly, it was a time where none of us are prepared for that. You know, you don't go into a marriage thinking that this is going to happen to you. And yet, you find yourself in that situation, and the minute that you're there, you're flooded with emotions. There's so much fear, there's so much stress, there's so much confusion. Your public life, you know, whatever it is, whether you have this kind of life or you have a simple life, the external marriage and the internal marriage, the external divorce and the internal divorce are very different. Mm-hmm. And so what happens is you have no control over that. It's a very, very scary time. There's so much information. There's so much information that we need to know, and that was the impetus for starting the website. Also to say to women that we need to empower ourselves with information, right. That it's time that we change the narrative to divorce, to start to say we can take control over our lives at this very challenging time.
Right, but it is overwhelming. So I think that when people go on to the internet, there's all this information. So how long did it take for you to put together everything on one site?
Well, that's interesting that you asked that question, because I was looking for information, and it was very confusing. I would get on some websites and there was a lot of entertainment divorce, which I wasn't looking for. There was a lot of blogging, women talking about their divorces and men talking about their divorces, and that wasn't satisfying to me. I really needed hardcore information. So for me, when I was struggling trying to find that information, I knew I wanted to find a place that was simple and easy. And it took me 3 years to put together these credentialed professionals. We're also continuing to grow that group of professionals. So whether they're financial, or it's emotional, or it's health, stress, and wellness, or a variety of other things.
It's a network of people because you have financial advisors on there, you have mental health, therapists, and all these other people as resources.
And the therapists the articles are really wonderful because we challenge them. We say, help women really understand the process. So we've got a kids corner, for instance.
Oh, that's great.
And we talk about, we've got a great article that says, if you love me, why do you let me go? And it helps women negotiate the reality of their children going back and forth. Mm-hmm. And so these are articles that really hold you for a little while. We're not solving your life problem. This isn't 10 steps to happiness, because divorce is hard. But what it is it's time to slow down. There were also some articles, we have an insurance section, and we talk about what was surprising to me going through this is when you're in a group and you have a family group insurance, mm-hmm. When you're divorced, it's against the law to remain in that group.
Oh boy.
And so that was so frightening to realize that you have to figure out financially, you have to account for that, because it will change and your insurance will go up.
So many tips like that on your website, and as Carolina mentioned, so many resources for women to access. Paula Swartz, thank you so much for being here this morning. We appreciate your tips.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, all right. Well, thank you so much. Well, now leaving college behind and entering the real